Many of the students get into science stream grade 11 thinking of cracking either JEE examination or NEET examination. They start both entrance preparation and public exam preparation simultaneously. After 2-3 months, most of them understand handling both together is not an easy task. And then, most of them drop the entrance preparation and start concentrating on public examination. After grade 12 examination, even though they have not prepared for NEET, most of them write the NEET examination. And by the time, the public examination results will also be out. Then comes the biggest confusion. Should I go for another course or repeat NEET coaching or JEE coaching by sparing 1 year? If you are also a confused soul, please make sure you watch this video till the end. My name is Sreevidhya Santhosh and I provide unbiased guidance when it comes to higher education, premium institutes, entrance examinations, etc. Spare 1 year dedicatedly for entrance examination. That's called entrance repeat. Most of the students get confused while taking a decision on whether they should go for a repeat coaching or take some other course. The first thing that you have to take into consideration is nothing other than your academic profile. See, I said academic profile, not academic score. And that is the major mistake that most of the people make. They just look into the score that they have received. Public examination, okay, how much percent did I receive? Was it around 90%, 80%, 70%, whatever it is? Or how many A+ did I receive? Because certain boards in India has got a A+A grading system. So how many A+ did I receive? How many A's did I receive? According to that number or the percentage of marks that we have received for public exam, they tend to decide on whether to go for a repeat coaching or not. But that is not how you should be thinking. You have to look into your academic profile. Now, what is academic profile? You go through the entire score that you have got in your 11th grade and 12th grade. See how consistent you were. See how strong your base knowledge of subjects are, and that is called an academic profile. Don't just look into just one examination and the score that you have received for that examination. That should not be the base for deciding whether you should spare 1 year or not. This is the first thing to be taken into consideration. The second point that you have to take into consideration is previous NEET performance. Even though I have said previous NEET performance, it is not just applicable for NEET. It's applicable for any examination. For example, previous JEE performance. While doing your grade 12, you will have the opportunity to write this entrance examination once along with your public exam, right? In the case of JEE, you write it twice because you have an exam that happens in the month of Jan and another exam that happens in the month of April. But that's not the case with NEET examination. NEET happens only once in a year. That too in the month of May. Immediately after giving this examination, most probably like after a month's time, you will receive the result. So you know what the score is. So look into your previous performance on how it was. How near are you to the score that is required to get into a premium institute? And how much preparation did you put in for getting that score? If you had put in a lot of efforts and even then you have not scored well, please think twice before going for a repeat coaching. The third point is analyzing your study approach. Now, what is a study approach? Each person will have their own planogram when it comes to studies. There are some students who religiously keep a timetable and follow that thing. And some other students, whenever they feel like studying, they'll open the book and read something. So each person is different. Have you ever watched any interviews that are given by students who have cracked this examination and come out with like high marks and all? Watch any interview of such students for it matters. You will listen to one statement that they have all said. We have spared at least 15 hours of time in a day just for studying. Now, are you a person who is willing to put in that much of efforts? It's not about dedicating 15 hours of studies. It's not that like everybody has to set aside 15 hours. But at least half of it, Are you willing to set aside every day only for your studies? If yes is the answer, definitely you stand a chance. But if the answer is no, or if the answer is maybe, if I have a mood, I may, these things will not work if you are aiming for a high score in any of these examinations. But if it's just the qualifying marks that you're looking forward for, it may work. The fourth point to be taken into consideration is potential benefits and drawbacks. And in this case, consider 1. The number of years or the time that is going. If a student who has studied along with you has taken a graduation program immediately after completing 12th, that child would have gotten into the second year of graduation by the time you crack an entrance examination and get into first year of that program. That means you are an year lesser than the students who were studying along with you. So, if in an unfortunate situation, you are not able to crack the entrance examination after spending 1 year, then you have to get into a graduation program where you will be studying with those students who are younger to you. Is that okay for you? If it is okay, then it is fine. But for some students, that won't be okay. If that is the case, please think twice. Now, there is an amount you have to spend if you are going for a repeat coaching. For example, you have to find an institute, you have to go, you have to stay there, your transportation expense, your lodging expense, so many things come in. And this 1 year, there is no public exams that are happening in between. You're just focused on one thing. So are you a person who has got focus like that? If the focus is not there, then it is going to be a problem. Also, how good is your base knowledge about these subjects? That is where I want you to look into the fifth point, which is seeking guidance and feedback. The importance of having the base knowledge of physics, chemistry, biology, or mathematics while writing JEE and NEET. You know how good that should be, right? So if you don't know how strong you are in this subject, please go and speak with the teachers who taught you in your grade 11th and 12th. They know it better. Now, this advice from me is not just to the students, it is to the parents. Because parents, you may just be looking into the academic score that the child scored for just one time. That is not the only thing to be taken into consideration. You have to understand whether the child has got a strong base or not. If physics and chemistry, the base is not strong, because physics and chemistry are two subjects that is there in both the entrance examination, whether that be JEE or not, or NEET. So if that is not there, then it is going to be a problem. So for this thing, you can seek the guidance and feedback of the teachers who taught you or taught your child in grade 11 and 12. So consider all these things and then decide whether you're planning to set aside 1 year dedicatedly for this coaching or not. Good luck.